Nice place, huh? Fucking, it's right here. Growing up was a fucking tomato farm, you know. And I actually enjoy it all overgrown now because it's actually the first time I've ever been down here in the last like year or so, you know, where I'm actually down here and I can enjoy it, you know, where I'm like, you know, like see the tree line over there from here. I'm actually in the old fucking right here. This is the old one of the sheds, you know. We actually it's an old greenhouse. We used to plant the plants, and this is the greenhouse, you know, where we plant them. It's all the way to the very end. It's about 5, 6 tractors. Now I just use the Dials equipment. But nice place. It's weird because it's a nice place, but it's not. It's you know, it's funny. I love, you know, like I keep, you know, I keep hearing, you know, self healing and you know people, you know, when I watch, you know, YouTube and I'm into this. I don't know how I got into it. I'm not a spiritual guy. I kind of am. I don't know. I got a third eye. I got one hell of a third eye. I'm tapped into God, no doubt. You know, um, I don't know. Some might say I'm a chosen one, or some might say I'm a psychic, or most people I know would just say I'm just a less than a normal man, you know, but less than a man, you know. Everybody I've ever met in real life, you know, they all treat me like shit until I'm gone, and then once I'm gone, then I'm the greatest thing ever. They need me back, but that's too late. I'm fucking gone, you know. And, same with this place. I'm trying to just came out here because I need to get out of here. You know, just because, like always, just people, people rub me off. You know, that's how it's always been. You know, it's like you know, like I can always tell like a real psychic or a real tapped into the divine. You know, just because if I hear that I need self healing, I know they're not right because I love myself. Not gonna lie, I always have. Um, I might not have liked where I was at in times of my life, you know, but I definitely always love myself, you know. Thought about ending myself a few times, you know. Things get bad, you know. But it's never actually because of myself. It's always other people. The things that make me not like myself are always other people in this world that don't like themselves. I've noticed, you know. Me, I personally love myself. Always have. Um, you know. I think it's time for me to get out of here. Though I gotta do, I got like, I have certain abilities and stuff, you know, and I keep hearing like downloads and my intuition. You know, I keep getting messages. Basically, we'll put it that way. They might come in messages on YouTube, on license plates. You never know how God's gonna message you. You know, you got to. That's how. That you know how God speaks to you in a million different ways, and it's all up to you to understand, to hear His voice. You know, sometimes, hey, I think the biggest messages I think I've gotten sitting right here, like just praying. You know, that's I think I've only heard God's audible voice maybe 4 or 5 times in my life. You know, and it wasn't like it was very soft, very soft. I probably would have never, if I wasn't listening, I would have never heard it. You know, um, it was undeniable. undeniable. Like when you know that saying, when you know, you know. When God speaks to you, you know. When you know, you know. When you got God in your life, when you're in the presence of God Himself, you know, you know. Like I've had one experience where I can honestly, it was like God walked in the room with me, and I'll tell you what, I don't care who you are, you wouldn't, it was undeniable. It was the first time I ever. It was actually, that was the time before that moment I didn't believe in God, and I went from a non-believer to a straight up knower. In one minute, I went from a non-believer to a knower. Like, holy shit, God's in here with me. Wow, awesome, awesome, awesome. And then He's been with me ever since, all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He's not always paying attention to me. Or maybe I'm not always paying attention to him, one or the other. I don't know. That's funny. When I first found out God, I was like wondering, like, how is it that He's just like with me all the time when He's with everybody else in the world? That's what blew my mind. Because like literally, I could like ask questions right out the bat and like have an intelligent response, and like the way He was responding to me regularly. It's like, how is he just like God just hanging out with me and nobody else? Like there's a zillion people in the world and He's responding to me, and it's been like that ever since. I've witnessed hundreds of miracles, hundreds. Just in the last month, I've witnessed. I'd say since July, I probably witnessed some of the biggest miracles I've ever seen. I went through a lot of demonic experiences too, though. Like Job. If you ever read the Bible, Job. I've actually lived the Job experience. I'm going through it right now. I don't see. That's why I'm out here right now, just praying to God, because it's. I was thinking I was at the end of a Job experience, to be honest. Like my skin just healed finally, and just supernaturally my skin healed. My body's getting better. I mean, I was in rough shape for a little bit. I was in pretty rough shape, and then depression, and I had like a depression episode. I don't even know what the hell that was. And now it's I was like, for the last couple days I was so happy. I don't know, I never like felt so happy. Just like I was at peace. I was at peace. I was even getting along with my mom, and it's like, well, my mom is like, I hate talking about. I hate talking about her. All right, because it's not her. It's not her herself. It's whatever dark entities in this world are. There's one that's here for me, and it's pretty nasty. It's pretty damn nasty. It's pretty powerful. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what to do. It's strong enough. I'm stronger than it. But it knows. It knows everything about me, I'll tell you that. Whether you believe it or not, that's up to you. I don't know if I would believe it if I wasn't myself. If I myself don't know if I'd believe me. That's another thing. I hate to sound crazy talking about this shit. But the world needs to know, this stuff is real. It is real. And it's very, very, very powerful. Well, just like where the light, if you consider yourself a chosen one, or a spiritual person, or a third eye, you got your third eye open, as they say. Those are all like phrases man uses. I don't, because I don't listen to man. I don't listen to a man. I don't listen to men. I listen to them. I don't take their word for anything. I don't take it at face value. I don't listen to your I could go on TikTok right now and every single freaking one of them will tell you, oh, my chakra's fucking down or this and that. It's like, those are dark energies that are trying to pretend they're light and they're not, I know it. I can see them. God gave me the ability to see that shit. I actually, I have never gotten a reading. I don't think, I get messages from God through those readings. But I have to use my discernment, and it's all about me using my discernment. I know which messages are for me, and like say I even watch a certain person, I'll get so many messages from them, and just when you think that's like your news station, God's gonna change it because whatever it is, demonic or dark entity, whatever you want to call it, if you believe in that and it's real, is it starts to pick up on that. It knows, oh, Susie over here is gonna have a message from you. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this guy's gonna watch Susie at 6:00, and so it's gonna fuck with her and know that, and it just not, so you gotta. And okay, Eric's watching YouTube for messages, and he thinks they're God's messages from God, and whatever these entities are, they're gonna know it, and if they catch on, that's just like speaking in tongues. If you like I remember when I first found out God was real, I was speaking in tongues, and what that is that's a language that only you and God and the angels can understand. And that's what that is. It's a language you were given at birth. At birth, you were speaking in tongues. And then you forget how to speak in tongues. And then God can give you the ability to speak in tongues again. Or you just need to remember again how to speak in tongues. And it's a weird thing. And I remember it's almost like you wonder if you're actually really speaking in tongues, except for, the Holy Spirit will tell you that you are, like, that's it. You're doing it right. You're right. Like I said, it's a language only you and God know, and the angels, and I'm imagining anything holy, But that's what I believe that the whole speaking in tongues thing is. I don't know. I picked it up day one. I was like, what the hell is that? And all of a sudden I was like, it was like I wasn't even doing it, It was weird. It was like I went to pray and all of a sudden a different language came out. And then and sometimes you gotta sometimes, in the spiritual world, you think about this stuff and you think, I'm just nuts. And it sounds nuts. And that's why for a long time about my supernatural side, I've never told anybody my whole entire life, And the worst part is when you're supernatural, God's gonna push it on you almost like, not push it on you, but he's gonna let you know that you have what you have, Well, just like my mother, she's we're just gonna say possessed. We're gonna say possessed, just for just to put a name on it, And it pisses me off because it's like God heals. I'm not going to say I heal people, but I have, he lets me ask him to heal people, and it works, I heal myself a lot, I've healed myself many times. healed other people many times. I don't even know why God really asked me to go ask him. I don't know, that's another thing about the spiritual side that's weird too. Why is it that like I'll get a download or whatever you want to call it, that says, say somebody's dying, and but I've gotten messages like so-and-so's dying, I got to go put my hands on them, kind of deal like that, or something like that, you know what I mean? Or remove these bad entities from something, And why a human, I don't know, maybe God has to work through a human's hands, I'm thinking. I don't know. I can honestly say I don't know. I mean, I could read a book. But like I said, then I'm going to what man says, and I don't do that. Maybe, hopefully God will let me know one day how everything works. I doubt it. I doubt anybody will ever know how this stuff works. We can only guess and we can only think we know, but we really don't know because, well, there's so many different answers. And every one of them tell you they're right, even in like religions, you got so many different religions and there's so many different beliefs. It's crazy, I think every one of them has so much truth to it, it's unreal, that's another reason I keep an open mind. I don't, when I first found out God was real, I thought, what do I do now? I'll go to church, So I went and I got rid of my freaking 5-finger death punch shirts and my fucking, all my dark energy clothes and my Grim Reaper hats and, all that shit. And, I don't know, bought some collared clothes and some khakis and went to church. And, I knew it wasn't the right place for me. I knew it was. I don't know. I felt the goodness there, but I could tell there was more to it, And I can't read very well. And the Bible, for a guy that can't read, the Bible is probably the hardest book you'll ever read. And I think there's a lot of truth in it. I think it is the words of God. Don't get me wrong. But I also think, I can smell something weird here. It's I don't know what that smell is. Something's here with me. But, anyhow, where was I? But yeah, the Bible, the Bible is, I just noticed that right when I started saying something about the Bible. All of a sudden I get a whiff of something. Like, I'm talking, hit me in the face. Like, and it's gone now. It was like a wall. Like, it was just like it's gone now. It was a whiff of, I don't even know what that was. Weird. Oh, it was a potent, pungent, like, I don't know. Something I never smelled before. But yeah, the Bible, I believe the Bible. But I would never, I'm not going to knock any other beliefs. Because for somebody to dedicate their life to what they believe in, they must really believe it, and I don't know enough about it to knock it, I mean, like a Christian, right? I started out as a Christian. You would never see a real Christian that just came from church looking at tarot cards. Wouldn't happen. You're gonna get, you know the deal. And I am gonna say that I know why they say that, because you got to be careful with them tarot cards, because you never know. They can fuck with you. Tarot can mess with you. It's a great thing. It's a tool. It's a tool. It's definitely it's not a game. It's not a game. It's a tool. And the devil can manipulate it just as much as God can. The devil. I don't want to say the devil, because I believe I definitely know that like just like I said, like I definitely know that there's an evil side to this world, and Jesus taught us about this stuff, and well, that's another thing, Jesus. Well, I don't want to go into Jesus. All right, I believe what I believe about Jesus, and that's it, I do know it does not hurt to fall. It does not hurt to listen to Jesus. I'll tell you that. His words, his teachings. The man was the best teacher in this world. He was divine. He was the most divine man ever. I'll tell you, if you're a divine human being and you believe in the divine and you knock Jesus' teachings, I don't know what to tell you. You're missing something. I don't care if you believe in Jesus or not. Well, that doesn't make any sense how I just said that. But yeah, I believe Jesus is the most divine human ever, And even like the Bible, man. I'll tell you what, there's passages in that Bible that are just way too... There's more intelligence in the Bible than they're finding out than knowledge has, just like the blood, and stuff like that, I mean, I could go on about that for hours, Like, I remember before I believed in God and stuff, I went with the Darwin's theory, where thought we humans came from a fucking atom that created water, that created a jellyfish, and then humans turned into jellyfish. Humans came from jellyfish to monkeys to humans. I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't care how old this planet is. I don't care 6 zillion years from now. A dog is never going to turn into a fish, and a fish is never going to turn into a monkey. It's never going to happen. So Darwin's theory is the biggest fucking... That just shows how people are lemmings. People are lemmings. They'll follow each other right out the cliff. No. A dog is always going to be a dog, and a cat's always going to be a cat, and a rock's always going to be a rock, and a fish will always be a fish. You're never going to have a fish turn into a turtle, and so the Darwin's theory just doesn't hold water with me, The Noah thing, I believe it. It's in every scripture there is. I honestly don't even, but like aliens, I don't know enough. If I was a Christian, I would say Christians aliens couldn't hold water, and it's like, I don't know, man, it's a big universe out there, And God, I don't know, even God, I don't know enough about God to say what God is, to be honest. I just know, I try to do what he tells me. And I try to... for what I know, God is... I am made in God's image. That's in the Bible. That's scripture in the Bible that I believe. So man is made in God's image. So I think God looks like us. I look like God, So that's one thing I take from the Bible that I really... I agree with a lot of it, but not enough. I would never preach to somebody, that's for sure, because I would never. There's a lot of stuff in the Bible, and there's a lot of stuff. Well, in the Bible, there was a lot of stuff that's not in there. Maybe I think over the last 4,000 years, men have taken a lot out of the Bible, and I noticed. Did you ever notice that? Most tapped in people in this world are women, and I don't believe the way the Bible talks about women, and I think women are just as equal as men. I don't know, I could be totally wrong too. don't ever take my words for granted, because you might come to me in a year from now and all my theory, I have the ability to go back on my words, you know. That's why I say I do not know what I'm saying, you know. I'm just going by my theory. Where a lot of people, they cannot go back, you know. They're stuck in their ways. Like, nope, the Bible's real, 100%. This is it. And me, I'm always challenging and stuff, you know. So it's and there's certain things that just didn't add up. There wasn't enough info for me to throw my whole life to it, you know. But yeah, I do got to get out of here though, because I don't know. See, that's another thing. Like these demonic energies. I don't know if I leave and it's just gonna follow me. Probably. That's what I'm hoping it ain't gonna happen, because I know I know the place here ain't evil. Evil is here for me. That's what sucks. It's not anything to do with here. It's to do with me, you know. It's like I'm just that tapped into God. So if you go to the Bible, this stuff is real, you know, like what I'm talking about, you know, and it's true, you know. I'm that tapped into God that if you put it in the Christian Bible way, there is an evil. The devil's out to get me. The devil's trying to kill me. You know, and it's not going to work. And what sucks is it's destroying everybody around me to get to me. And it's not going to work. It's just going to make my life a lonely fucking ride. You know, that's all. Like right now, the only person I think I could be around is like somebody they got to be of God. They got to be sent by God, you know, to like be in my life, like to where they're part of my life to make my life happy. That's for sure. You know, that's why I don't just go to that's why I can't just go out on a dating site and meet women, because I don't think it's gonna work. I think that's like I think the devil would use that to my advantage. Use that to his advantage. And I'm not saying the devil like I believe in the devil, but I'm saying like the dark side would use that to, you know. It's happened before. I've had, you know, every time I've ever tried, every time I've ever tried, ever since a long time ago, I even try meeting females, and it does not work out. Something happens, and it's you know, it's like sometimes I think I got like a force field around me or something like that, and I think it's protection for me and whoever that female is, you know. I think if a really good female came into my life, I think if she wasn't strong enough, or if it was, you know, God approved, I think, I don't know, I'd never want to ask anybody to come in my life anymore. Because I could already see what happens. I already see see my mom. Sometimes I feel like it's my fault, you know, that she's a fucking lunatic whack job. And of course, like I said, God gives me permission to ask to heal people. And I've tried to heal her, you know, and it actually gets me down sometimes, because it doesn't work. Because God told me she doesn't want to be healed. She's not, you know, like she pretends she's you know, medical, you know, like I've had a bad back. My back was broken. Like, I actually found God. I was thinking about ending my life, you know, and because that's how bad I was. My body was that bad. And my body healed itself, you know. Where her, you know, she pretends like, and but God told me she's not actually. You can't fix something that's, you know, like as a mechanic, you can't fix it if it ain't broken. And she's not broken, or like you know, she goes to church on Sunday, and the minute when you go to church on Sunday and ask God and Jesus to remove all the evil from you, and you walk out of church and smoke a joint the second you get in your truck, guess what? It's even worse. It's even worse, all right? And knowing of God and all that stuff. And then to all right, like she's a Catholic, right? To believe all the stuff in the Bible, and then to say, "Oh, God doesn't care if I smoke pot." That's no. That's playing with fire. That's playing with fire right there. That's you know, like a lot of these straight up, like I get along good with these like straight up like Catholics or Christian ladies, you know, like the Aunt Jemimas and them on, you know, these beautiful black women. These ladies are tuned into God like I am, and then more, and then more, and it's like I resonate with them so much, and I can like feel them, and like they're amazing. They're spiritual like me. They're that tapped into God. They know God, and I know they do, and they know God like I know God, and it's amazing, you know. And they know not to fuck with that shit. They leave. They have rules they live by where nothing comes in their house that ain't of God, you know. And it's see, she doesn't live that way, you know. And and it sucks because she's tormented. And then, like I said, the devil or whoever, you know, the devil. We'll just say devil to make it easy to put into words. The devil uses her to torment me, you know. And it's a nice place here, and I have to leave. I don't even have a friend. I don't even. There's no way I can get out of here. I don't. I gotta find a way out of here. I gotta find out. It sucks. I gotta get out of here, and I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. I got nowhere to go, but I gotta get out of here. You know. I worked all my life to be here, and you know, and I was hoping when Dad died. You know, when Dad died, I thought things would get better, and it got worse. It got worse. It got worse. You know, before Dad died, my mother. You know, she's my mother, and I knew her as like my mother. You know, but I mean, I wasn't like I never spent a lot of time around her. I'll put it that way. And now it's like, I fucking she does, it's like whatever that it possesses her knows everything about me. So it knows all my weaknesses. It knows what irritates me. It knows how to get under my skin, and it's fucking powerful. And if I leave, would it even fucking leave? If I left, would it follow me? I don't know. I know it's been in my life before when I wasn't living here. Whatever it is. Maybe I'm just nuts. Hopefully I'm just nuts. Hopefully I'm nuts. I'm hoping that I'm just nuts. But I'm afraid I'm not. Yeah, some kind of fucking demonic entity or something like that. And it uses her, like I said. I know, lady, fucking, you start smoking pot at fucking, like, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, because I shouldn't talk about it on here. It's bad. It's bad. I mean, it wouldn't even be bad. And the funny thing is, like, to anybody, like any other person that came over here, she'd be nice to them. And it's just out to get me. That's what it is. It's not her. It's whatever is in her is out to get me. And I mean, yeah, that's actually why I ended up out here in the field because I had to get out. Things were going so good for me the last couple days, and it was just too good to be true. It was too good to be true. Where, all right, I don't know if I should say this if I'm gonna post this video. No, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't even say it. But yeah, it's bad. I gotta leave. I gotta get out of here. There's nowhere for me to go though. It's the worst part. You know. And you know. But yeah, this shit's real. I wish I knew what I was supposed to do in life. That's what it is. I know I'm supposed to be doing more than just sitting here on this fucking place anyway, you know. I feel like I should be helping people or something. But then again, I can't even help myself. All I can do is help myself. I mean, I don't know. Pray for me. Pray that I find my answers. Thanks, guys. If you find, if you guys watch, if somebody watches this video, thanks, and thanks and sorry, and thank you. Bye.